Billionaire woman falls silent after learning the mechanic who saved her as her childhood companion. The mechanic they insulted. The childhood hero she never forgot. The insult that started everything. The night should have been simple. Just a quiet dinner. Just a father and his daughter. Just a birthday celebration Ethan had promised for months. But life had a cruel sense of humor. Rain hammered down on the city like buckets of ice as Ethan Carter pushed open the door of the Silver Crest, the most expensive restaurant in the district. His daughter, Lily, clung to his hand with eyes wide in awe. She'd never seen chandeliers before. Never seen white tablecloths that looked like clouds. Never seen plates so shiny she could see her reflection. "Daddy, is this really for me?" she whispered. Ethan smiled, though his hands trembled. "Yes, sweetheart. Tonight is yours." But the smile vanished the moment the hostess approached. She didn't just look at him. She evaluated him. Her eyes slid from his worn mechanic boots to the oil stains on his jacket, to the calluses on his hands. It was subtle, but brutal. "Sir," she said sharply, "I'm afraid this establishment has standards." Ethan blinked. "I made a reservation. The name is Carter." Her lips curled, almost amused. "And I'm sure you believe that. But this restaurant is not for..." Her eyes flicked to his cheap jacket. "Your kind." Lily flinched. Ethan froze. A couple nearby snickered. A man leaned to his wife and whispered loudly, "Probably wandered in to get warm." Another voice chimed in. "He should go to a shelter, not here." The manager walked over, puffing out his chest as if preparing for battle. "Sir, please leave. We don't serve people like you." The room fell silent. Lily's tiny fingers squeezed Ethan's hand. "Daddy, did we do something wrong?" That question cut deeper than the insult. Ethan took a breath, ready to lower his head, apologize, and walk out like he'd done 100 times in life, but something stopped him. The door opened. Wind swept in. Perfume, expensive, elegant, commanding, flooded the room. She walked in. Tall. Confident. Wrapped in a white coat that screamed power. Alexandra Hale. Billionaire tech mogul. Fortune magazine cover star. The woman who owned half the city. The restaurant bowed almost instinctively. Everyone except Ethan. But Alexandra didn't look at them. Her eyes locked on him. Her breath caught. Her purse slipped from her hand and hit the floor. "Ethan," she whispered. The room gasped. The manager paled. But Ethan only frowned, confused. He had no idea why the richest woman in the building was staring at him as if she'd seen a ghost. A past he didn't know still existed. Alexandra approached slowly, as if she feared he might disappear. "Ethan Carter," she said again, her voice unsteady. "Do I know you?" Ethan asked. She swallowed hard. "You used to." Flashbacks slammed into her mind like lightning. A thunderstorm. A fallen tree. A little girl trapped in the woods. She remembered crying for help. She remembered branches pinning her legs. She remembered no one hearing her. Except one boy. A poor boy with scraped knees and fearless eyes. A boy who clawed through mud with bare hands, pulling her free long before the adults arrived. A boy who protected her when she had no one. A boy named Ethan Carter. And later, the move. The goodbye she never wanted. The friendship torn apart by distance and privilege. Her voice shook. You saved me when we were 8. The entire restaurant froze. Ethan's mind reeled back, the rain, the storm, the girl who had cried under the broken tree. His heart stuttered. Hey, Alex. Her eyes glistened with tears. You remember? The hostess stepped forward, desperate to recover control. Ms. Hale, he was causing a disturbance. Alexandra turned toward her with a look so cold it could freeze time. He was doing no such thing. But ma'am, he doesn't match our. Alexandra's voice cracked like thunder. Enough. The manager swallowed hard. Ms. Hale. We weren't aware he was important. Alexandra's jaw clenched. You didn't need to know who he was. She pointed at Ethan's hands. Those hands you mocked? They saved my life once. A collective gasp erupted. Lily's eyes widened. Daddy saved a billionaire? Ethan rubbed the back of his neck. It was a long time ago, sweetheart. Alexandra stepped closer. No. That wasn't the only time. The room fell even quieter. The second saving, the secret she never told. Alexandra's voice softened. Last month, there was a highway pileup. My car flipped. Ethan felt his blood run cold. I remember that accident, he whispered. I pulled a woman out of a burning car, but she'd passed out before I could see her face. That was me, she said. Ethan staggered. You saved me. Again. The room erupted into whispers. The hostess was trembling. The manager looked ready to faint. But Alexandra wasn't done. The investigation. After the accident, she continued, I wanted to thank my rescuer. But the police didn't know your name. Her voice grew quieter, almost embarrassed. So, I hired investigators. Ethan's eyes widened. You investigated me? Yes, she admitted. I needed to find you. Why? Her chest rose and fell. Because people like you don't just disappear twice from my life and expect me to stay silent. Ethan didn't know what to say. She continued, when they found your name, I looked into your life. Your struggles. What you sacrificed for your daughter. The hours you worked. The debts you took on to treat her illness. The nights you went hungry so she could eat. Emotion cracked her voice. You didn't just save me, Ethan. You inspired me. He felt his throat tighten. No one had ever said something like that to him. Ever. The breaking point, turning the tables. The manager suddenly stepped forward. Ms. Hale, we sincerely apologize. Apologize to him, she cut sharply. I what? You heard me. The room held its breath. The man swallowed. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Ethan looked him dead in the eyes. He could have humiliated him. He could have taken revenge. But Lily tugged his sleeve. Daddy, be kind. So he nodded slightly. It's okay. Just don't do that to anyone again. Alexandra smiled softly. Still the same Ethan. The offer that shocked the world. Then Alexandra turned to Ethan. I didn't come here to eat, she said. I came here. For you. Ethan blinked. Me? She reached into her bag and pulled out a sleek folder. Inside, a contract. But not just any contract. A partnership contract. 50% ownership of her newly launched automotive tech division. Ethan staggered. Alex. I can't, I'm a mechanic. I'm not. You're exactly who I need, she said. You fix things with nothing. You solve problems no one else can. You understand engines better than engineers who graduated from MIT. She placed the contract in his shaking hands. And you saved my life twice. This is the least I can do. The restaurant erupted into whispers again. He's going to be rich? He was just insulted. He's now her partner? Ethan stared at the contract. Why me? Her voice softened to a whisper. Because I trust you. Because I owe you. Because the world needs to see what I see. She glanced at the room. And because people like you deserve every seat in every restaurant in this city. Memories return. Ethan's eyes softened. You still remember the tree? He asked. She smiled sadly. I never forgot. You were my first real friend. He chuckled. You were the only girl who didn't laugh when I couldn't afford a backpack. You gave me your lunch when I forgot mine. You shared your crayons with me when the others hid theirs. You held an umbrella over me when I cried, she added. He paused. You cried a lot. She hit his arm lightly. You were supposed to forget that part. They both laughed, a sound neither of them had made in years. The applause he never expected. Alexandra turned to the crowd. This man, she declared, has more heart, honor, and courage than anyone I've ever met. Treat him with respect. And if anyone ever speaks to him the way you did tonight. Her eyes drilled into the manager. I will personally shut this restaurant down. The manager practically collapsed in fear. Then, a slow clap. One person stood. Then another. Then another. Soon the whole restaurant was applauding. For the poor man they had mocked. For the mechanic they had insulted. For the hero they didn't deserve. Ethan's eyes shimmered. Lily whispered, Daddy? You're a hero? He knelt and kissed her forehead. I'm just your dad. That's all I've ever wanted to be. Alexandra wiped a tear. The ending that felt like a beginning. Alexandra spoke quietly. Ethan, let me help you. Let me change your life the way you changed mine. He took a long breath. For my daughter, he said, voice cracking, I'll do anything. She smiled. Then let's rebuild the world together. The way we would have if life didn't separate us. Lily grabbed Alexandra's hand shyly. Are you Daddy's friend? Alexandra knelt. I was. And I'd like to be again. If you'll let me. Lily nodded enthusiastically. Then we're a team, Alexandra whispered. And in that moment, under the crystal chandeliers, surrounded by people who had just witnessed a miracle. A mechanic. A billionaire. A little girl. The past reconnected. The present healed. The future opened. Ethan Carter walked into the restaurant humiliated, but he walked out as someone the entire city would soon know. A hero. A partner. A man of worth. And the child he saved decades ago? She was now the woman who would make sure he never felt small again.